Today we're starting the first Golden Idol DLC, the Spider of Lanka. The story of the base game seemed like pretty finished in terms of, people have died, so I do wonder where and when this is gonna take place. But yes, we do have cutscene right away, so maybe that will explain. Okay, we've got ships. This must be the place. Play Pajak. Okay. Doesn't really explain how it's related to the first game, but now we've got this guy. I assume it's gonna be new characters because, many people ended up dead. So we have the overly enthusiastic card game tournament in the Yellow Lily. Yes, they were so enthusiastic that most of them seem to be dead. Well. Let's start with our alive friends. Let us leave this unsavory watering hole. You do not appear to have sustained any serious injury, but perhaps a stiff drink will help settle your nerves. Got a blue rosette, empty pistol, a loaded pistol, okay, so probably fired that one. Stiletto, surgical kit. Dr. Oberon Geller, surgeon and hypnotherapist, Identities of Lanka. Oberon Geller, he was a character in the base game. He's the guy who gets pushed off the cliff in the tutorial, so this must be happening before the main game, or, he survived his fall and now he's plotting revenge or something. What in the blazes? They're all dead. Thank you for saving my life, kind sir. He's got a yellow rosette. My dear Zubiri, upon my arrival in just a few days, we will depart Jampuber together. While you await me, I beg you continue to apply yourself to your studies. As Lemurians, we might be held to high regard in Lanka, but we must not become careless and besmirch the Kara family name. Okay, so more about the Lemurians. We saw bits of them, and I think that's where the idol came from originally, the Lemuria. Everything else was happening in what was supposed to be England. Are you skilled at Pajak? Test yourselves and win money in this grand tournament. Okay, I guess that's what they came to do here. June 11 at sundown at the port in the Yellow Lily. Well, what are we gonna be thinking about? So we have someone, verb, a thing, a game to someone. Someone thought someone had something, so he tried to take someone something. Clear as day, right? We need something from here. Obviously, we need to name people. Well, this guy has a note that says Dear Zubiri and something about a Kara family name. So potentially that's his name. We'll see. And we have 5 people dead, and we will need to name their killer and the weapon they have used. So we're gonna have to work all of this out and something else. Okay, we've got a note here. Yellow Lily Card House rules. Broke something, pay for it. You're trying to play, get out. Lost all your money, game over. Someone cheated, sort it yourselves. Did they sort it themselves? The management accepts no liability if you decide to play against Bill. There's some hole with a string coming from this note. What's that about? The clue has been added, name for the different cards. And we've got a game here with some cards like going against each other. We got the yellow and blue rosettes on the little hats. So that might be to do with the game then. Got this guy, he's got a mace with blood on it, so he hit someone. Yeah, he's not breathing and a harpoon sticking out of him. Yellow rosette. My strong friend, join me tonight for the Pajak tournament at the Yellow Lily. Bill will be present. So long as he wins, however, he does not become crazed. Please bring Gabriel as a precautionary measure should Bill lose his temper. Oberon. Okay, so Oberon wrote this, and therefore this guy was with Oberon and is not Bill. Okay, we've got this guy, he also dead, he's got guitar, he's got chakram throwing blades, and he's got a sword and a blue rosette. This guy also not breathing, he's got a dagger, a Navaja knife, a yellow rosette, almost empty flask of rum. Oberon wants to embarrass himself again. Round up Sri and Ruben from the ship and met me at the Yellow Lily at around 10 quartermaster. Okay, so this guy, not with Oberon. Okay, he's not breathing, he's got a rapier in his back, he's holding a bloody knife. He's got a half-empty flask of rum. He's got a necklace made of human ears. A loaded pistol, so he did not fire it. A big and slightly bloody knife. Quartermaster. This time I will beat you in Pajak. Get your crew and we shall play in the 8-player tournament at the Illuminati. Okay, so this is the Quartermaster. So he's got a blue, he's got a yellow, Okay, so he was with Oberon, but we can't use the rosettes to tell who was on which team then. We've got this guy, he's asleep because he's drunk. Okay, so he's not dead. He just slept through the whole thing. Almost empty flask of rum. June 8th, 1741. Okay, so it's 1741. So it's a year before, or, somewhere around a year before Oberon gets pushed off a cliff. There's also this stamp, which is the stamp that belonged to James Turner, the doctor from the main game, because I identified him using the stamp at some point. This is crucial to our operations in the South Seas to secure trading fortresses in the Lanka archipelago. Regrettably, Lemuria continues to object to it and advises the local rulers against our presence. The Lemurians cannot project their power directly, but they still have the spiritual authority in the Lankan kingdoms, which used to belong to the now crumbled Lemurian Empire. The Lemurian influence on Lanka must be broken. Cooperate with our agents in the region. In particular, Mage, Widower, and Doctor could prove useful. Remember that your reward for a job well done will be enormous, SSC. Yeah, so I think there was the trading company of some sort that the Doctor was involved with. The Doctor from the base game, James Turner. And that might be what the stamp was about. And yeah, the Lemuria was mentioned because there was a guy from Lemuria that then tried to steal a seal back, and obviously they are doing the British Empire thing, like trying to control the area and stuff like that. Yes, he's got a yellow rosette, a stiletto, a clean blade, and a clean sword. Okay, so he doesn't seem like he's been involved in the battle at all. When drawing odds for match pairings, arrange it so the newcomer plays against the best player here. He wants to test his skills. Okay, so he was making the brackets for the card game. We've got another table with a game. Okay, here there's like markings for, I guess, who won. So blue won on 1, yellow won on 2, and blue won on 3. Here there's some black liquid, so we can't see what happened. Here there's nothing written down. And here there's nothing written down. There's this guy with this throwing blade in his head. He dead, blue rosette. He's got this knife, he's got the stiletto and a dagger. Some of them it says that they're clean, and then some of them says there's blood, and then some of them just say nothing, so... Okay, we've got this. Oh, there's the Pajak tournament card. Okay, so we have names here, lots of names. So we've got Carlos Luna, Oberon Geller, Sri Tagson, Pandulo Sanevi, Ruben Hendricks, Gabriel Hubbard, Bill Price, Zubiri Kera. Okay, yeah, so we had the Zubiri Kera. And he's unranked, and there was a note saying, do the newcomer against the most skilled players. So he was playing against Bill first. But the game didn't take place, I guess, because whatever has happened, so he didn't actually get to test his skills. So yeah, we've got in the first bracket, Oberon works against Carlos, and he progresses. In this one, the Sri wins, so they were going against each other. Ruben wins, and here, yeah, they didn't play. Okay, that's all the clues. We need to order the Pajak card starting with the strongest and ending with the weakest. Well, we know this is Oberon Geller. Okay, so I guess we may have to figure out the games to know who's who then. So in the game again, Oberon versus Carlos, there was Oberon win, Carlos win, Oberon win. And then here there was this player won and then the other player. Okay, so can we so this is the one where blue, yellow win, the blue wins, yellow wins, blue wins, right? And Oberon is a blue, and this guy here is a yellow. So this may have been the table where Oberon played. And we know this guy is not Sri or Ruben. And it would imply that if this is the right table, this was Carlos Luna playing against Oberon. So we can put this guy as Carlos Luna. Can we learn something about the cards from here? So round 1, was won by the blue player, which is the top line. So the boar beats the peasant. Then yellow wins, so the centaur beats 2 archers. And then blue wins, which the archers beats the boar. So that makes the peasant a fairly low card, and the boar is better than it. And the archer is better than the boar. And it needed 2 archers to beat the centaur, so the centaur is better than the archer. Yes, okay. That's a nice and easy elimination one. And that means we should be able to work out the rest of the games. Okay, so we're looking at this. Like, if we can match the tables to the patterns of the wins and losses depending on the player, then we should be able to identify some people. Okay, so here we have definitely 2 blue wins at the end, because the centaur beats the archer and the archer beats the boar, right? So 2 blue wins in the second and third round. This, I mean, if a single centaur is better than 1 archer, and 1 archer is better than 1 boar, I don't see how 2 boars could be better than 2 centaurs. So I think yellow. So it's a yellow, blue, blue win for this table. So yeah, it would have to be the 3 Pandula game. And that's the yellow guy, and that's the blue guy. And it's a yellow. So this guy wins first, and then this guy wins twice. And this makes it this 3 versus Pandula, and this is the guy with Oberon, which means he's not 3 because 3 is with those guys based on this note. And this guy is with Oberon because he has this, which makes him Pandula Zanevi, Pandula, and makes him 3 Taxon, this guy. Okay, so then we're looking for this game, which is 2 wins by the same person in the first round and the win by the other person. This got spilled. So here we have yellow win, then it's a centaur and a centaur, so I assume that cancels each other. And archer versus boar, it's a yellow win. And archer versus peasant is a yellow. So this is actually a straight up triple yellow win. So we don't... This is a game that's not recorded, so it may have been this game at the end where Bill freaks out because he lost, but that's not the table we're looking for. Okay, here we get yellow win, a blue win, which would match this pattern, right? 1 person wins twice and then the second person wins. And therefore, it makes us this table and makes the yellow player Ruben and the blue player Gabriel. So this is the yellow player. So this guy is Ruben Hendricks. He's the guy that's sleeping. And I guess this guy was sitting there. Like, it seems the way the body's positioned, right? He would have stood up from this chair, got hit, and dropped. Like, if he turned towards the room, then he gets hit by this guy throwing something, falls forward, right? The trajectory of his body would be towards the room. So this guy here, and yes, he's got a blue rosette on him. So he's Gabriel Hubert. Why do I already have a Hubert used? Yes, he's Gabriel. Okay, Ruben is supposed to be Hendricks. Yes, I flagged the wrong thing. And this makes it this guy, Bill Price, right? Yeah. Okay, that's all the names done. Now we need to do who came to chronologically. So, like, the easy one is this guy with the throwing rings, right? Because he has he has yellow rings on him, but then on his hat he's got the silver ones. So this guy kills this guy, right? That's a fairly straightforward, which means chronologically this guy dies before this guy. Need to draw lines or something. Then seemingly it would make sense if this guy is slumped here, right? So he was still where he was sitting, where he was playing, because this is his game. He could have swung the mace, hit this guy, right? And then he gets harpooned, probably by this guy. because again, who's with who, right? Like with this guy being 3, those two are together, and then his third guy is Ruben, which is the asleep guy. So he's the sleep guy, the guy with the rings, and this guy are together, and also the quartermaster, but we don't know. Oberon had 2 friends, right? Oberon had this guy and Gabriel. So this is an Oberon friend, and Gabriel is this guy. Yeah, okay. So this guy and this guy are with Oberon. Those 3 are together, and this is Bill. He might just be the feature of the place, right? So if you're saying Pandula hits 3, who then hits Gabriel. Again, this is like a chain reaction, right? 3 kills Gabriel, so Pandula kills 3. So Carlos kills Pandula. So those ones have to be in this order, because otherwise, I mean, we're assuming that, they're not hitting people as they are themselves dying. We're assuming like the blow is the thing that kills them, and after that they are out of it. So it just remains to be seen where in this order is Bill gets stabbed. Oh, because Carlos is shot. He's got a bullet wound, and Oberon has a discharged pistol. So eventually Oberon shoots Carlos as well, which he has to do after Carlos kills Pandula with the harpoon. So potentially Bill dies first. Bill kicks off, tries to attack this guy, right? He takes a small hit to the head, which causes the other chain reaction, right? So if we say Gabriel Herbert, what is this in this guy? Rapier, okay. Gabriel Herbert uses a rapier to kill Bill Price. Yeah. Which then causes 3 Taxon to use the chakram throwing blades to kill Gabriel Hubert, which then causes Pandula Sanevi to use the mace to kill 3, which then causes Carlos Luna to harpoon Pandula, which then causes Oberon Geller to shoot Carlos Luna. There we go. Okay, so it all kicks off with Bill, right? Bill likely loses the game because the way the cards are, the yellow wins 3 times here, and he is yellow. He was playing against Bill, so Zubiri wins against Bill. Bill kicks off, the whole thing just goes. So we can say Bill Price lost a Jack game to Zubiri Kara, and Bill thought that Zubiri had cheated, right? Because he's a newcomer and immediately wins against the best player. I mean, the best player remains to be seen, because it seems like it might be decided by fear rather than the entirety of the skill. So he tried to take Zubiri's... what? Oh, he's got a necklace made of ears. He cuts off people's ears when they do, so yes, that's why he has a bloody knife, and that's why he has a wound around his ear. So he tried to take his ear to teach him a lesson. The long Lemurian Zubiri Kara, bored of his studies, went down to the Yellow Lily to participate in a Pajak tournament. He played against the skilled but hot-headed quartermaster Bill Price. Okay, so he's the quartermaster. He's with those other guys. Bill, incredulous that he could have lost to a newcomer, accuses Zubiri of cheating and tried to take his ear. Yeah. Let me just copy this to my board, because it's actually been extremely helpful in the base game to have a copy of each solved board. I mean, yes, you can just navigate the game and go back to this information, but this just makes it easier, and at a glance I can see like the timelines and who was where and what they were doing. Well, this is solved. Another cutscene. Today is the most important day in your life, children. You will meet a Lemurian saint. and other powerful people. That Oberon, right? So we go to the unfortunate accident at the Raja's court. So we've got a bunch of people. There's also different scenes. Yeah, okay. Something's happened here. And we've got this dude. Okay, we're gonna have people to identify, bunch of side things to fill in, and then a fairly long sentence or a fairly large text. Okay, well, let's get the clues first. And now this is an Oberon. This is Albert Cloudsley, the guy who pushes Oberon off the cliff. I did not expect my first 7 seas assignment to conclude so shockingly. No wonder the savage countries need to be civilized. Albert, we must strengthen relations with Abaya, the Radiant, in order to establish a trading outpost in Lanka and bring this for locally produced pigments to Europe. Usharik, produced in mines filled with toxic gas. Aphid, gathered from silverback piranha-infested lakes. Laqua, harvested from the nesting crickets. Sector, gathered from the sector spiders. Our cultural tolerance department has provided a gift, a statue appropriate to this devil-worshipping societies. Find out if they appreciate it. Consider pretending to be a devil worshipper too. 7 Seas Central Office. Launderbar? What's that? Yeah, apparently it's a city, so it might just be the location of the office. Okay, so they're basically like those, uncivilized people, we must steal their stuff, conquer them, take their things. Mouth with teeth, spoon present. Albert, I will not be able to accompany you on your first 7 Seas mission. A pressing matter requires my attention. Ignore whatever rubbish Central Office has suggested. Friend Putra, he has the Raja's ear. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It's meant to be a surprise. Okay, so that's what they're doing with the gift, putting it in a mouth. I assume a statue of some sort instead of like someone's actual mouth. You got a pipe, 7 Seas Company, associate, travel guide, navigating by star, North Star. Once you're facing the North Star, you're facing north, navigating by crescent moon, south. Imagine a line joining the endpoints and down into the horizon, that direction is south. Is it? Is that how it works? Like, I know about the North Star, that for sure, but never heard about navigating by the crescent moon. Keep your mouth shut, boy. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Undoubtedly, His Highness will demand your life. Position guards outside the chamber of trials during the test in the morning. Only my children and the priest must be allowed in there. The priest forbids the presence of any Westerners during the ritual, but we do not wish to insult a man of the 7 Seas Company. Entertain Albert Clousey, Esquire, by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. Meanwhile, allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble blade master. He's got a key. Okay, so ritual was going on. Seize your threats, Lankan Laki. I am not to blame for my father's deceptions, but perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture. I beg you, cease to request that we meet. You know it is unwise. Vulnerable you pigs, watchful eyes notice everything. If he is your father and you know his character, he will not tolerate such transgression. I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Kera family. Ari. Okay, so he's being accused of some stuff here. Do not worry, young Lemurian. If it's meant for you to die today, it will be by my hand and swift. I have killed many people for the right and wrong reasons, such as the Dharma of the warrior. My tiger, have you found anything that may help me earn my rightful title? Then you can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. The insufferable Patra and his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. You moon knight and soon your queen. Okay, he was getting involved with someone. There is a pyre as well, didn't see the screen. There's the devil, a large statue. Okay, so that's what they brought as the gift, because they're devil worshippers. Here's your devil, because it has the stamp from the company as well. This is the note in a bush. Did not get precise answers, but this will help. 1. Rotate the line every 4 some color circle, square. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. It's easy, just look carefully. Okay, some hints for something. Here's a woman has a huge wound across their abdomen beneath apron. She's not breathing. And yeah, she's been sliced. The wooden apron and clothing beneath it have been slashed. There's a mixture of blood and red paint on the wound. A stiff, ornamented apron made of wood. It's interesting that there's mixture of blood and red paint. November 15. Tomorrow is the big day and my heart trembles with anticipation. If Tissa passes the test, I will not feel I have failed. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart. For none is braver and wiser and worthier than him to inherit father's responsibilities. If I happen to be picked, I will bow my head in humble appreciations of this great honor. Okay, and there is some sort of printed thing, People of Albion, leaflet 8. Titania Printing House, read and learn the Albion language. The best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company gift to the Raja. What, you mean the devil statue? Despite their name, the Infernal Guard are dedicated to a noble cause, fighting fire, yelling to clear the way, then hurry to the place of ordeal to do their unenviable job. The guards do not feel fear and smirk at things that would be agony to commoners. They bravely step into the infernal limbo and do their duty. Challenges they face are like lava, and obstacles can be ominous and during the nights even otherworldly. But inattentiveness is a swift killer. Ignited with bravery, they step into the nightmares. Their burden is monstrous. They often yell commands, already fatigued. If accidents can cause such misery, intentional causes are more odious. But then men, unclean and tired, run to the place of terror to face whatever horror awaits them. Okay, it sounds like firefighters. Why does she have a leaflet about firefighters? You may travel from darkness to light, from death to immortality, dear sister. Death is a mere illusion that appears to those who cannot grasp absolute reality. Okay, so that's the other sibling, because she had a note mentioning it. Tomorrow is a great day. The ritual hall will be opened, and Anula and I will be evaluated. My light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. If the fate judges me to be the one, then I am ready to undergo the journey through the blade to the sun and back again to claim my birthright. Okay, this is like they need to be tested to prove something, but then she died during the ritual. Is that like, and some of those things, like that's at the intended outcome, right? But we'll see, because sometimes they're like, oh yeah, you have to pass the test, and then we just sacrifice you to the gods because, you know, you're worthy to be sacrificed. Okay, so he's got a different leaflet? No, the same leaflet, but a different note. I suggest you do your language practice while observing the Seven Seas Company gift to Raja. Okay, they keep saying, look at the gift, but are they meaning the statue or do they mean the other gift? Because you're supposed to put some gift in the mouth. Well, we know something about their names, right? Because she has a note that says Tissa, if Tissa passes, so this guy is Tissa. And then he's got a note that says Anula and I, so she is Anula. This is Albert Cloudsley, because we know that from the first game, and we know also this is Zubiri Kera, but we only have the surname, we don't have the first name yet to use. There's this room with the blade, which I assume is where the incident happened. The following people only are allowed in the ritual hall on November 16. Okay, so yes, they had a note on the 15th that is happening tomorrow, and 16 is today. During the testing procedure in the morning, the Lemurian priest, the potential heirs. Okay, so it's which of the children will be the next in line to inherit everything. During the ritual of the blade in the evening, Lemurian delegation, royal family, spy master, blade master. Okay, so is it supposed to be some sort of if the blade don't catch you, the god save you and you've been chosen sort of thing? Oh, okay. Or I was going to say like the other option being the one that didn't pass gets sliced as a thing, but from the picture it just shows like the two people are distinct, right? One has clear clothing, one has like dots on their clothing, and it's the dots. The dot person wins the test and they're in the blade and then they're crowned. So I think it's the person that won the test is the one that goes under the blade, but it's not supposed to die. But yes, there's someone in here inside of this thing under the blade. Yeah, she's not breathing, she's dead too, and she's got like blue ink on her fingers. The hall will be unlocked the morning they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. The evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red pint is in the face. You pick. We've heard of you pick before. Okay. Yeah, so there was some cheating involved in the ritual. My tender petal. I spend my nights restlessly thinking about your sweet lips and eyes. Let us meet again at midnight on 12th November in the Orchid Garden. There we can have privacy to share love and secrets. Your warrior, Jayan. She might be the one that was going with the other guy that had a note like from his queen and moonlight. Dear diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. Poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago that I have no interest in him. We've got some writing desk, pink substance, labeled Usharic ink. Okay, and there was something about the pigments and stuff. Some sort of test where they have to pick a right sequence, count triangles, do the shape. Okay, it's like a, are you smart enough sort of test. I do wonder if the note in the bush was about answers to the test or something. I would have to see what it was. Okay, there's more in this room. Okay, so they drink something, lie down, then they do the blade thing, and their spirit reaches up, saves them. Okay, yeah, something happens, but I'm confused as to what exactly is supposed to be happening. There's a second table there's aphid ink, so a different color, and there are different answers on this note. But if we go outside and look in here, so it says rotate the line every 4 of the same color, circle, circle, square. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. It's easy, just look carefully. Yes. So if those are the clues for the test, I think. Yeah, so the line is turning, right? So it's vertical, then 45 degrees, horizontal, 45 degrees, vertical, yeah. So the line is going 45 degrees on every shape, then every 4 of the same color. So there's a color pattern, and circle, circle, square, which means, the right answer is not this one because it needs to be circle. So here. It's a circle, it's a horizontal line, and it's white because it's white in the pattern. So whoever did this was correct. Then multiply the horizontal lines by 6, so 1, 2, 3 times 6, 18. And then this one is just look because I guess they were like, work it out. But that puts this person as the person that would have passed the test, and this person likely failed. And we sort of know that the person who passed the test goes under the blade, so that was her, but then the blade got her and she died. So confusing. Well, if we think this guy was writing to the woman that's under the blade table, then she has a note from Jayan. So it could be that his name is Jayan. There's more things with her as well. She's got something me in the eye, broken bottle. Okay, this moves. So this could be some mechanism by which they escape death from the blade, where they move it down and therefore the blade doesn't hit them. And I still have 18 clues to find. Well, I still have another room, right? This one. So we've got this guy. You wanted life for life, almost radiant and magnificent Raja. Has this information satisfied your needs? Small box filled with incense sticks. I'm not sure that's gonna help. For sharing this secret, I'll allow your Zubiri to live. Yeah, okay, so he's like telling the Raja something to get Zubiri spared. But he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You are free to leave with your delegation. He's got rings with gems, and he's got the Qatar plate. Okay, so we've got the name for Zubiri. Now we can add it. What else? More notes. Okay, there's blue ink. Blue substance labeled Laqua inks, which is what, like, she had the woman inside the blade table had blue ink on her fingers. So that's interesting. Magnificent Raja, I accept your invitation to facilitate the test and the initiation. Our delegation will arrive with the necessary equipment at the start of November. Regarding the Westerners, you already know that we strongly advise against trading with them. They do not understand the importance of Lemurian tradition and their ways are impure. High Priest of Kara clan. Yeah. So this is the father of Zubiri, right? So he's a Kara as well. Oh, okay, we have to put who's in the Lemurian derogation, which is the Kara, right? So, like, it will be something Kara, and it will be Zubiri, Kara, and someone else is with them. This is the test. Oh, and we have to say who did the test and what the color of the ink was. Oh no, if they succeeded or failed. Okay, well, we know this one was the successful test and this one was the failed test, right? Because those are supposed to be the correct answers. What else he got here? You're magnificent. Some encoded correspondence is being exchanged between some of the palace and somebody else. I do not like it, and my spies are working overtime to discover who is behind this. I still believe it is safe for your children to undergo the test and for the chosen one to go through the rites of rebirth. The Lemurian saint confirms that the ritual is the same as when you were sworn in, when you came of age. By day's end, you will have your heir, your highness, Master San. Okay. So the reason they are being accused of killing someone is because this ritual is performed by the Lemurians, so they brought the blade and they've done the whole thing, and obviously the expectation is that you don't die. So he knows that the ritual with the blade is a cheat, right? Because there's some sort of apron and the table goes down, so he's like, yes, I know you don't actually die during the ritual because the whole thing is just staged to, like, as a theater, to be like, oh yes, your ruler is immortal and chosen by the gods because they spared them from the blade. But because he went through it, he's aware that it's a cheat, so he's like, you know, my kids are safe because it's rigged. But then it turns out that someone interferes with it and the chosen one dies, and that's why they're like being, oh, you got us, you got them killed. Okay, we have to find context for some of those names again, because we have to figure out. There's something more on Oberon I didn't read. Oh, okay. Oh, the important notes. Okay. 70s Company Associate Travel Guide on the island of Lanka, as many other former colonies of the Lemurian Empire. The lingua franca is common Lemurian. This is example of common Lemurian script. Note that the honorific master is followed by the surname. For the last century, the island of Lanka has been divided in 3 kingdoms, each named by the ruler's family. There are Jaffna, Gamini, and Vijaya. Each kingdom is ruled by Raja, who subjugates the peasantry, enabling the cheap production of cloth, pigments, and spices. Okay, so it's one of those names, right? One of those names will be the surname of both the kids and the Raja. So do we know where we are? I'm still missing a lot of clues. Like, am I missing a whole room somewhere? Yeah, so this is the ritual of rebirth. Like, they're faked. I guess the red paint is to be like they were cut, but they weren't really, right? It's faking it. Like, we have all the people now, but we still even have a thing that needs to be filled in that we don't have on the board. Okay, there's 2 arrows here, so one goes to this Raja place and one goes into this room. Okay, so we've got some sort of terrarium, centipedes, crickets. Oh, it's for the pigments, scorpions, beetles. The deadliest arthropods of Lanka, sector spider, feed only twice a week. Calmarian scorpion, a quick and painful death. Okay, but they're also like, they can be used to kill people. Lane beetle, the merciful killer, like failing asleep. Legion centipede, after death, victim's body bloats like a balloon in minutes. Nesting cricket, bite stops the heart quickly. Okay, so they may have been used to kill someone, and there's a red lock on this, so someone who had access to it may have used an insect to kill someone. More writing. Dear Putra, did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera family so we could obtain successful result for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her, Royal Blade Master G. Okay, so it was all a plot to seduce the woman, so then she helps them get the answers to get the prince to be the inheritor. But even with that in place, he still loses, and that's why they kill the sister. And it also says, seems obvious, can I trust him? Okay. Black substance labeled sectoring. Okay, like the colors of the inks are important. I guess because there's like notes on top of things, that there are green notes and black notes, so that's how we're gonna know who wrote what. Master, we found this poem and picture in the place garbage, September 5th. Picture is the key, a lion. Okay, so there is just you will be air written on the side. I assume they deciphered some secret message. This was not hard to decode, but the method is curious. Pictures the key. Okay, so that's how they got the message out. Wear yellow in the evenings, do not mourn the black ocelot, be untamed and forget your worries. Do dream of green wilderness. Give your guest impulsive gifts. Release your inner lion when in doubt. Put to sleep is the hardest landing. Beast of honor is a rare sight. Disrespect emperor and fall like a leaf. A hunter enjoys the morning sun. Eat breakfast, sing poems. Do not trust your servant. Trust your instinct. On your last day, just roar at the sky. Okay, so someone has deciphered this and is telling us there is a cipher where a word in a line has to be chosen, and then you use the first letter of the word, and then you go through the lines and there will be a secret message, which means this is to tell us that there's a code, and then we probably have to use it on something else. But yes, the picture is the key. Like obviously some of the things are related, like the lion is yellow and it's an untamed beast, it lives in the wilderness. A lion's impossible, and obviously lion, it's leaping, right? It's a beast. Emperor because it's the king of beasts, hunter, and eats things, has instincts and roars, right? So you pick the words like that are relevant to the picture. The only thing I'm like, ocelot? How is ocelot related? And why does the lion have a green manicure? Okay, we've got this map, which is all of the three kingdoms. So we have Clusaper, Gamini, Jambuper, Jaffna, and Lankaper, Vijay. Okay, where are we? Because I think somewhere it said where I might be. Okay, so here we get that the Raja's name is Abaya, so we can put that in. But yes, we need the location, like what town are we in, what city are we in to know the surname. He's got the key, that's a red key, so he could have done something. Okay, so Yupik is a father of this guy, right? Because he has this note and he's talking about his father. So we can put him as Yupik Kara. I'm wondering if it's more to do with what we can see on the map. So because we can Jambuper, it's like on the coast. So on the one side there will be the sea, and on the other side you can see the mountains, and you can specifically see this thing on the mountain. This one is and like they are different places, and if we go outside you get this. Oh, and actually there is the crescent moon. So, but is the other direction, does that still work? Like if we say this moon is the crescent moon going the other way, so that makes south. If the moon is this way, do we say this is south? So looking at this structure in the mountains, we're looking south. So from this map, we would have to be in Clusaper, right? And therefore, the family we're dealing with is the Gamini, because it's the Gamini kingdom, and they're named after the Raja's family. So he's Gamini, and they're both Gamini, the children. So for the test, she succeeded the test, and that's why she was on the blade table, right? She's Anula, Gamini succeeded, and he's Tessa, Gamini, and he failed. Got that sorted. You know, first solve after quite a while. Okay, oh, and we have to fill out who's this. So we know that Abaya Gamini is Raja, and we know that we are in Lusapur in the city. But yes, we have to figure out who's Spy Master and who's Blade Master. We know that this guy is called Yupik now, so we can add Yupik. Okay, so we still have to add this guy and whoever this woman is. So he's got a note, but yes, I assume this is the woman that's referring to, but there's no name here. However, she says that in several Putra, as his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. So it might be that Putra is the spy master, because that would make sense, like he's searching people he's trying to find things out. And like, it might even be him, right? Because he's like dealing with betrayal and whatever. So if we say Putra, something is the spy master, leave it like that for now. We have Ari is some sort of just servant. Oh, but Ari comes with them, right? Like if we're saying that. So Ari is a servant traveling with the Kara. Are they all just called Kara because it's No, it's probably the surname is probably incorrect because I was like, oh, is it Zaka? You know, it's not a family name. It's you know, everyone in the clan is called that. But yes, he says I'm a servant. I will never be part of the family. So maybe he has a different name. Okay, where are other people mentioned? Okay, there's green notes here. That's just them referencing each other. This woman. I assume she dies by, you know, one of the creatures that are deadly, but can we say which one? She's like, oh, I found love with the warrior, which is the guy she was telling secrets to. But the poor boy will be heartbroken, but should have understood a long time ago I have no interest in him. Is that other person that, because there was a note about multiple people trying to seduce her to get answers? Okay, she gets a note from Yupik. So she's with him. Oh, okay, so she's supposed to be inside of this thing because... okay. She's supposed to be inside of this thing because she's the one that does the lever to lower down the platform to save whoever's being tested. But because she was killed, she then ends up not doing it, and that's how the tested person dies, okay. So it's... she's Ari then, because she's just a servant, maybe? Maybe? We can try it. I mean, we don't have the surname for her anyway, for now. Need to check for more places with, like, references for who might be who. Okay, this letter here is the spy from the spy master. He's talking about my spies are working to figure out who's, like, leaking info, and his name is Master's son. So if we're saying it's Putra... Son is the spy master, and I think if we're saying it's this guy, that would be Putra's son here. Okay, well, we have a bunch of names, but like Lankapur and Jampur is that's the city names, so we don't need them here. And Klauspur. I guess I've never actually tried organizing them myself. I just sort them and stuff. So we have a bunch of names that are right now unused, and we have to figure out where we got them from and what was the context to further explore the situation. Okay, so Javda and Vijaya are the names of the other royal families, so we can put them to the side because they won't be like the names of the servants, right? Or the warrior. Most likely that is. But then, yes, were there more notes when people were using a name? This is just the tests. Oh, okay, here, Royal Blade Master G. So whoever's called G is the Blade Master. And actually this guy, right, because, well, clearly she's not the Blade Master. She's like the servant, so this guy is Giant G, and he's like a warrior, so that would make sense. Yes, okay, so that gives us who's who, and we know that this guy's name is like correct. That leaves Ari to be Sukera. Now I'm like, where did I get that? Right, because that's one of the things I think, yeah, you can't do easily in this game. Oh, okay, it was in this note as well. So, dear Putra, so the spy master, the blade master is writing the spy master. I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sakura family, so we would obtain successful result for the young prince in the test. She was not charmed by my advances. I don't know what is wrong with her. So the blade master is trying to seduce the servant that goes inside the blade table to help them get the prince specifically to win, but she doesn't do it. So she is Sukera. There we go. And Ari Sukera is part of the delegation. That now came together. Cool. But now, yes, now we have to put it together. So someone verbs someone using someone which he found in the something of the something. It was delivered by someone. This resulted in the death of something. As a result, someone demanded someone's life, but instead someone verbed object in exchange. Okay, well, the names can go. They're not relevant. They're about other places in the thing. We only have a few verbs. So we have seduced, revealed, killed, loved. And then, yes, we have statue, mouth, raja. We have all the different critters that can use to kill people. Well, obviously, yes, all of this is still available to use, right? It's not just because we use it once doesn't mean it's never gonna appear again. Well, so the woman, right? She dies and she has blue on her fingers. So I think it's to do with whatever creature is used to produce the blue pigment was used to kill her. So we have to go back to this node, and yes, they want the... okay, we have to find... So we know the Asharic ink is pink, and the Aphid ink is kind of turquoise. So Asharic, toxic gas, Aphid from a lake. So we have Laqua and Sector, crickets or spider. The Sector is black, so it would leave Laqua, maybe? I mean, it leaves Laqua unidentified because I don't think we've seen blue ink anywhere. Oh no, he has got Laqua. Yes, Laqua ink is blue, and the Laqua ink is harvested from nesting crickets. And there is this cricket here, which means she has blue fingers, which means she was killed by the cricket because the cricket, bite stops the heart quickly. So she was killed using a cricket. I assume we have to put that somewhere. Okay, so here, someone killed someone using a something. So I think this one refers to Ari Sukera. So someone killed her using a cricket, which he found in here. This is a room, and this room belongs to the spy master, right? Because he is here reading his letters and whatever, which he found in the room of the spy master. So they're kind of tricking us here because it says object field, and instead of using his name. It was delivered by someone. This resulted in the death of Anula Gamini, right? Because the servant was dead, couldn't pull the lever, Anula dies by the blade ritual, which they're supposed to cheat instead. So as a result, the father, the Raja, demanded Zubiri's life, right? Because he was like, you pick who's supposed to be responsible for the ceremony. You killed my daughter, I will kill your son. But instead, Yupik tells him something, right? Because he's just like, you wanted life for life, almost ready, and then Raja, has this information satisfied your needs, and for sharing the secret, I'll allow your Zubiri to live, but he must join your journey as insurance for your honesty. So yes, he tells him some sort of secret. So he reveals a secret in exchange. So now, it seems that the spy master was involved in a plot to specifically make it so that the prince is named the heir. Who delivered, or who did it, and who delivered, because he has the key. He's the only one with the key. I don't think I've seen any other keys, but someone delivered it there. So in this first step, it's just the priest and the heirs, so it would be Yupik and the children. But then the spy master and the blade masters are here, so they could have done something. I mean, the way this sentence is formed, right? Using cricket, which he found in the spy master's room, that would indicate that it wasn't the spy master, right? It would, why would he say, I found it in the spy master's room? It's his room. He would say in his room. So this is not it. Could it be that Giant kills Ari? I don't know whether it's because he's mad that he didn't fall for his advances, or it's just more like he's just plotting. It was delivered by who? Because it was delivered by someone else. Throw me in the eye. There is more things happening, right? Because there is some mentions of put the gift in the mouth, right? This was put some gift in the mouth. He's told to do that by someone here. Someone who uses green text. Interesting also the seal, which is 3 circles in a triangle. I've not seen this before, I think. And they also have this green notes on their leaflets. So yes, there is something going on with him putting the gift in the mouth of something, but also something going on with this secret message thing, but I don't know whether that's to do with... Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not sure whether there is a secret message I'm supposed to find, or it's just to say, who uses each ink. So we know this is Spy Master's room, he uses black ink. The Raja uses blue ink. Then the princess, or what we're gonna call her, she uses the purple ink, and the prince uses... Actually, it's green, because I was like, it's kind of turquoise, but on the paper it's green. So he's the one writing those notes. So he wrote this. Is it the same color? This assumes that they all have personal ink. I mean, this looks lighter. Yeah, it looks lighter than this, but this green on both those notes looks the same as this. Someone is, but this isn't handwritten. I don't know. Yeah, so he has a note in blue ink from the Raja, for example. But then they have like their personal kind of diaries on themselves, and then they don't write in like specific color in them. That's just the general kind of brownish ink they use. But yes, this feels like whoever wrote those green notes is also whoever wrote on this bottle, and possibly that's where the cricket was. Oh, actually, this note she has on here is one that has a picture. So is the secret message here like my tender pet also pee? But why would the other just pee? Nah, like it doesn't seem... Okay, but here whoever writes this says, oh, I'm not gonna be able to accompany you. So they're out of the question as being the same person as who wrote something else. Well, I mean, it was the spy master that was working to get the prince to be the next one, so maybe no. But yes, so that's the things I'm unsure of, like who killed her. So was it the spy master, even though that sentence is then weird and he delivered it because he's allowed? No, the rest of it feels correct. They're like, Tista do this themselves. He was like, oh, I failed the test despite your help, I'm gonna kill her. Although how would he know about how the whole thing works? Okay, it does feel like this must lead to something, right? They wouldn't put us for a whole, oh, there's a secret code, unless there was a secret code somewhere else to find, right? Like there would be, this would be useless. So it's something else. I thought it may have been the note that she has, because there's a flower on it, and like on this you get a petal, but then nothing else really. Oh, you know, you get orchid garden, but the rest of it seems very unrelated to flowers, so it's just PO. That's not a secret message. But this thing comes with this Titania printing house, and the two other sort of things from that are those. Like they're two notes, but they're the same content. They just have different, like little green note. And it says, I suggest you do your language practice observing the seven says company gift to Raja. And here says the best way to learn this language is by looking at my sevens. Oh, it is the same. Why did I think it was different? Okay, so it tells them both to look at this devil statue, which means like it's almost like, you know, the flower on the other note is misdirection, and here you get the notes, but the picture is delivered separately, maybe. So like it's the devil that's the picture. Well, let's see, because yeah. So we have infernal. So that's I. Then fighting fire, so fire F. Yelling to clear the way. Okay, so the lion was like leaping and roaring, so the devil is yelling. So Y. Then hurry to place of ordeal. Oh, like, you know, ordeal. Go to hell for your sins. It's an ordeal. Do their unenviable job. I mean, if it's unenviable, then we get you. Because I assume each paragraph is a word. So it's if you. The guards will feel fear and smirk at things that would be agony to comrades. They bravely step into the inferno. Like, it's definitely infernal and limbo. It's just the first two, fear and agony, because then it's if you fail. Okay, lava. Challenges they face are like lava, right? I mean, I'm not sure there's lava in hell, but close enough. Obstacles can be ominous. Ominous? Devil is ominous. Otherworldly, and during the nights even otherworldly. So, but inactive this is with killer. Look. I guess killer. I'm not sure. Again, it's a very big stretch of what the words are. Like, I wouldn't say that was the killer. Like, he just collects the souls after they died, right? Ignited with bravery. Ignite obviously because like fire and devil. Step into the nightmares, and from nightmares that gives us in. Their burden is monstrous. M for monstrous. They often yell commands or fatigue. Well, if it was yelling before, then I assume yell again, my. If accidents could cause us misery, I guess misery. Intentional cases are more odious. Odious? I'm sure you could say the devil is odious. So, oh, but the man unclean and tired. Unclean, the devil's unclean. Run to the place of terror, terror. To face whatever horror awaits them, horror. So it says, if you fail, look in my mouth. Some of those words are like a stretch, but I guess you can see what words you can build, which would then align with him having this note that says put the gift in the mouth, right? So someone told him to put something in the mouth of the devil statue, but what was it? And the same green ink is what is on this bottle. So it's like throw me in the eye something. So like this whole thing, like whoever gave Albert Cloudsey this note staged this whole thing, but we don't know who it is and we don't know why they're doing it. I mean, interestingly, they both get the note. They both get this, if you fail, look into my mouth. So whichever of them, like it's set up so whichever of them fails, they told, oh, look in the mouth of the statue to get something. And is there something? The bottle. So whoever loses gets the bottle, and the bottle is what kills her. Like, was the cricket in here? Right? Because the bottle is broken, and then she gets killed. So it's like a setup for whichever of the children lost, they get to kill the other one using whatever was left. But you know, why? I mean, I understand one of them, like, for example, one of them being preferred, right? Let's say the prince is like, yes, if I become ruler, I will do business with you, right? So they're like, okay, we must ensure that he becomes the next ruler because that will benefit us, where, for example, the princess would say, no, I'm not going to. But if they give it to both of them, then it's like, why do you care? It seems like it's not of benefit to the company, whichever of them becomes the heir, because they give the instructions to both of them. They're like, we don't care, just kill each other. Which means the benefit they receive from it is just the fact that there will be unrest, because obviously now that one of them dies, the Raja's mad and is like, oh, you know, I'm gonna kill someone. So the people from whoever is writing this note to Albert is setting up a situation where one of the children of the Raja die to upset the Raja and make them angry at the Lemurian delegation because they are trying to sever the relationship between the families on this island, right? Because there was some text about how the Lemurians, like this is previously a Lemurian colony, so the Lemurians still have influence, and they're trying to sever that relationship. So if the Raja is accusing the Lemurians of killing his children, then, you know, they're hoping this relationship will get worse. And so they don't care about who becomes ruler, they just care that they cause unrest. Yes? Which would mean what? Well, if we're saying the bottle was what the cricket was in, then at least we know it was delivered by Albert Cloudsey, right? Because he put it in the mouth and then whoever took it out and put it inside of the thing. And the person that had both Anola and Tessa had the instructions to, if you lose, go in the mouth. So it's whoever of them lost, which is Tessa, did that and then killed. Okay. This community killed Ari Sukera using the cricket, which he found in... Okay, he didn't find it in the room of the spy master then, because he found it in the statue's mouth. No? In the statue of the mouth. In the mouth of the statue, yes. The scroll has been fulfilled. Young Prince Tissa failed to pass the Lemurian test to become an heir. So, as advised by a secret correspondent, he took receipt of a bottle containing a deadly insect along with instructions delivered by Albert Cloudsey. Before the ritual, Tissa threw the bottle into the machine and murdered the Lemurian servant Ari. She could not lower Princess Anula and the princess died. Wow, the difficulty of that game just went up significantly. significantly. That was a lot. But yes, well, I guess in the base game, I kind of went through a lot of the scenarios quite quickly, and this is the DLC, so it's supposed to be harder, obviously. So yeah, well, this case took a while, so I guess we're gonna return for the final case next time, because I think there might be only this one chapter. We'll see. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. Leave a like if you enjoy the content, and I will see you soon on another adventure.